Hey, podcast listeners. It's Christi Powell with Women Talk Construction. I'm here today with Angela Gardner and Perlla Deluca. We are excited to have her back on. We're joined today by Perlla. She's the powerhouse behind Southeast Constructors and the Pink Hardhat Foundation. Angela and I love her a lot. She's been part of WCOE. She makes a big impact on students and makes a big impact on women. And she's dedicated to mentoring the next generation of women in trades. Perlla, welcome to Women Talk Construction again. And we want to talk a little bit about what you've been doing since we saw you and interviewed you last. So tell the audience just a little bit more about you today.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Christi. Thanks, Angela. I always love to be on your podcast. Love to be with you guys. And I love all the work you guys do to be a voice for women in construction. Super excited to be here and share some of the news.
Oh, yeah. We love your pink hard hat, too.
Yes, we well, Angela loves your pink hard hat. I love what your pink hard hat represents, but I'm not a pink girl.
Hey,
As you can see me, those that aren't watching, I have a camo Browning hat.
I see you wearing yours, Angela, on your, I follow you.
Yes. Yeah. I have a pink Stetson helmet, but someone actually at Frampton, a girl came by and was like, "Oh, you have a
pink hard hat."
Yeah. So I said if I could have some like diamonds or something on it, like studs.
I thought about putting studs, but then I was like, okay, let's just stay with the color. Let's not like push it too far.
Yeah. So I would.
You didn't want to bejewel it.
Remember I love crystals, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just keep it this way. I do a lot of speaking and I wear which one is available. I have a bunch with my initials inside because it can be, and then anytime I have to put it on and do a picture, and I'll be at Starbucks and people are like, "Are you the pink hard hat lady? Can we do a picture?" I was like, "Yes."
I love it. Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool.
Well, very cool.
It's really interesting.
You look beautiful in it.
Yes,
you look beautiful in it. Oh, so does Angela.
Thank you, ladies. Well, it's been an interesting year. We started the year already talking about women's safety and more than we normally do. There was a lot of discussions. I was just in Miami on an international symposium for safety on sites.
Oh, that's right.
And it was so cool.
I bet that was great.
Yeah. It was amazing to see how the industry is changing on the fact that we're becoming more worried about safety globally, right?
Yes.
So this was really interesting to hear from other countries and some of the initiatives they have that are working, some of the things that are not working. So it was really cool to discuss safety on a global level.
Yeah, that's very cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks for sharing that too.
Yeah, I did see that. So that's great. Well, speaking of sparkle, Perlla, what was the spark that led you to found the Pink Hardhat Foundation while running a federal contracting firm, which, might I add, isn't easy?
No, just one of those isn't easy.
Right.
Yes, I mean, for me, it's been so many years. I have over 25 years in construction. When I first started doing commercial, residential, and all of that, I always thought like maybe, because I'm dealing with private sector is different, like how the women are treated on site or how they are treated in some rooms. And then I was like, oh, maybe eventually if I do government work or federal work could be better. It didn't get better, it got worse. So I think what my spark was more like, I wanted the next generation to be treated fairly on sites, to be treated with respect and to have a safe environment for women. So that was what inspired the foundation. I even saw with my school, because the school came before the foundation. I saw that when first graduate from here and they go into a employer, because I stay in touch with my students and they were like, oh, such and such got a training on something, but they didn't offer to me. So I think I can train them here, but if they go into the workforce and the companies are not willing to train the women too, but they will send guys to be trained, like right there is an issue too. That's what I'm saying. Like I wanted to
Mm,
fair, equal treatment, you know? So that's
yeah.
why I started foundation, because if the students want an additional certification, we'll cover, just because I
Yeah.
wanted them to be competitive, the girls.
Yes. Perfect. I
Wow.
mean, that's awesome, and we need it, right? We do, and we don't always feel these girls don't always feel good, um, training with men, but then it's not that it's a bad thing, it's just they don't know how to communicate, and they don't know how to react, right, and respond to some of the things that they're getting ready to hear, and I think that's so important, and you're preparing those girls for that too, along with everything else, right, like being prepared with the knowledge that they need to be able to do the job. So that's awesome. So you mentioned safety, when you were just talking. Tell me, what are the most critical safety gaps that women are facing on the construction sites right now? There's some critical ones out there that I think we need to be paying more attention to. What are your thoughts on that?
I think what the big gap is the fact that we just treat OSHA for everybody. Yes, we are worried about
Mm,
safety on sites, and obviously it's important, and it's a rule overall, and we all follow. But there is a gap where, are we talking about the safety of women, or situations that are more prone to happen with women? We discussed that a lot in the symposium I was at, because safety triggers will trigger like implementation of safety plans. But if the numbers are not on paper because nobody's talking about, then nothing's being done to protect these girls on site. And
yes.
it's just like I'm amazed. So I'm working on an AI tool now, with a like where we are going to have a safety, like a code of conduct with the
Hmm.
AI tool to protect women on site. One of the things that women sometimes is not just about safety. Safety has to do with confidence too, and having
Hmm.
some control of the situation. So this
Yes.
will help the women be in control a little bit more, you know. And
Yeah.
when I say the women, I say the women on site, because
Yes.
there are not even numbers of how many women are being harassed, how many
Hmm.
women are being abused on site, and how many women are actually, being hurt by other co-workers
Yeah.
sometimes. So nobody talks about those numbers. It's just general accidents on
Right.
site. I'm not talking about accidents. I'm talking about incidents that could be prevented.
Right.
And
Mhm.
I love that. Thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
That's so important too, that we really look at the data behind all of the things that are keeping the women out of our industry. Or, they're all coming in droves right now because we're making a big deal out of it, right? All of us are, but they're not staying. And there's a
Exactly.
reason for that. And we need to we need to figure out what the reason is.
yeah, and even like I think like
Mhm.
it stays with me. If I'm the one pushing them to get in, I need to make sure they're safe. I can't push somebody into an industry that is not treating them well, or it's not a safe environment. It's a safe
Yeah.
environment.
We have some sense of responsibility, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love it.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
certainly where I think the three of us are so common with that thinking,
Yeah.
right? Wow.
Because we also all experienced that,
Hmm.
like
Yeah. I've
firsthand.
been there.
Yeah.
Well, or heard stories. I haven't experienced it like others, but I've certainly heard it, and when I heard it, it made such an impact, I was not gonna
Let it
Christy can
go.
tell you I'm an advocate for whoever I lead,
Hmm.
and I will
Yeah.
protect them with my life.
Yeah.
You just tell me a story of a female on a job site being abused, and I will.
Oh, it just, you see a different side of me. Like on this conference, they were asking questions, general questions. I said, I didn't come here to talk about that. I came here to talk about this.
Oh, I would have loved to have seen it.
I was like, no, I didn't fly all the way from Iowa so we can talk about numbers. I came
Oh,
here to talk about what is happening on sites, and nobody's doing anything about it.
Everybody needs to feel safe at work. I
Yeah.
mean, that's really what it boils down to. Every single human needs to
mhm,
feel safe,
mhm.
everywhere they are, right? Not just at work, but in the office. There's not a lot of women in the office when it comes to construction, too. I mean, there's more, obviously, than there are on the job site, but everybody needs to feel safe in their environment.
And I
Yeah.
believe with AI and technology, there are more ways we can be doing that, right? Like more
Hmm.
cameras, like because the women on offices sometimes are more protected because there are cameras on the office,
Yes.
or there's
Yes.
But sites are funny. I've been to some very sites on the middle of nowhere, and I was
Right.
there with 4 or 5 guys, or like it's just different environment that we got to make sure is being monitored.
Yeah.
And then we got to build that confidence on the women to know that they are strong, they are on the right place, and that they can speak up. That's one of the biggest issues, is that the women are afraid of saying something. The ones that talk to me, they're like, oh, they're gonna make fun of me after if I say something, or they're gonna bully me, or they are
They're
gonna
gonna treat me
find a way
worse.
for me to get fired. So it's like, that's not the way to live either, right? In fear of even saying something about something that is wrong.
No, that's so true.
Another thing I add to the program this year at the school is self-defense classes for girls.
Oh, that's good.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna do that. I wanted them to feel
that'll give them a lot of
control.
confidence.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
I think moving forward, we're gonna do AI towards construction, AI classes, but also we are gonna do the self-defense class for the girls. And while they are doing self-defense class, the men will be doing harassment classes. So let's all get on the same page.
Well, I'll be honest, you might want the girls to go to the harassment classes too.
Oh, they will have that too.
Because I've witnessed that myself. Yes, I have witnessed that. I have been the end user of that situation in my career, so that's not a bad thing to have.
No. And well, speaking of your school, how does the Iowa School of Construction specifically prepare women not just to enter, but to thrive in the field? And it sounds like you've already listed a number of those. But if you want to get real specific about some of the things that you are helping them, along with the men that you're teaching to learn around safety or just construction.
I mean, we do like hands-on, 90% is hands-on. So when they come in, I do feel with the women, the men come in with a little more confidence because it's just like a taboo, but men is strong and they can do it. And until we start measuring things and the women just excel on math, and then it's all different. But I mean, all of them, we just treat it like we try from the beginning to make them understand a construction site from beginning to end. But also what we try to do different here at the school is not like a lot of the colleges, community college, they give it so breaking down the classes. Like they will put like the wood on the table, the drill, the nail, all build a box. I mean, yes, but that's not reality. Like I would like them to know what to. Like I'll tell them what we're going to build, and then you go on the tool room and you bring the tools you think we're going to need and the material, because
that's a good point.
Oh, you're teaching them what tools to use too, and all of that.
No, it's critical thinking, right? It's like it's basic things that we don't do anymore. Like if you're going to go to the supermarket to shop, you make a list, So we try to teach the new generation that's what we're trying to accomplish. That I want you to tell me what we need to do. And it's okay if it's not right
So you're teaching critical thinking.
But then you're going to learn next time not to forget that,
Yeah.
So it's just like, and with the girls too, like we wanted them to be very good with the skills so they have that confidence to move forward. The foundation comes in more and the mentoring side for the women. And having conversations, I do think they relate to me because I am on the classes. I teach some of the classes, and it's like listening from a girl to a girl, like experience that I had. And then they ask questions that maybe they normally wouldn't if it was just a regular class. So it's important to dig deep when it comes to the women confidence and their training. I do tell them you got to lead with knowledge. So the more you know, the further you're going to go. And then it's going to be some issues on the way, but you're not going to back off. You're going to get educated and find out a way to fight for your space.
Yes.
Brilliant. I love it.
So what's one piece of advice that you give every woman that you mentor on finding her own voice in a male-populated room or job site?
I think I already mentioned the leadership part, but before I even talk to any girl into getting in construction, I always ask them if that's really what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And I
So
ask a few
smart.
questions, like, because um, like sometimes they think that's for them, but I think it's very important, not just construction, that if you're going into a field, you understand the field, and
Yeah.
then you are 100% sure you want to be on that field. Then if
Yes.
you have that passion, then it's different. Now we already established that, right?
Yes.
And then once they are in, I always say, like, try to learn as much as you can, and try to educate yourself. If you're going to go to a meeting and it's your first project, read the plans, read the specs, go in capable of responding most questions, because they always going to doubt us. But if we are prepared, then leaves less room for that, right?
Yes.
I
Yes.
would say that. And then, just for being the only women on the room, I mean, my thing was always, I try not to pay attention. We can change everybody's opinion when it comes to the man on the room and whatever happened for generations, right? We can do is just associate yourself with men that have the same vision, that they
Yes.
think we
Yeah.
are capable and we are going to move forward, and don't even worry about the people that you can change their mind.
Yeah. I always did really well with finding male allies because there weren't any females around when I was in the industry. And I would find those male friends that would be really good, just advocates for me, right? Ally, and would talk about me in a good way when he was in a room with me not in it. So I thought that was really important. And they gave me good advice when I had challenges and I didn't know how to deal with it. They gave me good advice. So I think that would be really good too. You probably tell folks that to find their male allies when they're on the job site, I'm sure.
Oh, the same with me. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for the men that, helped me
Exactly.
during the way. And what they do too, they boost our confidence too. And then
They do.
the way they introduce us already breaks those issues. Like, if there's any man
Yes.
on the room, because like I have my mentor from McGill. Like, when we go to a meeting about a project, McGill starts the meeting by saying, Perla, she is just amazing. She's gonna kill this. And I'm like, after that, I was like, okay, let's
I
talk
don't
about
even know what to
project.
say now.
Because it just like bumps me up so much, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, I love that. And then Joe is my co-founder here at the school. He's just
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, and the girls at the school really like gravitate towards him too, because they feel that there is none of that there. There's
Right.
only
Yes.
teaching and supporting. So I think we all know, who our
Yeah.
cheerleaders are.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong, Perla, but I think that when harassment does happen on a job site, when those are male advocates, they probably find it very hard to watch us go through it, and even harder to even say something too. So I think that's another aspect that might need to be help them through, because
sure.
they see us going through it, but they don't necessarily know how to deal with it either, right?
Oh, I've seen a lot of guys say something.
Yeah,
Oh, have you?
I have
Good.
too.
More
I
Okay.
guys
have
say
too.
something
Yeah,
than
they're not afraid.
yeah.
Typically, they
I
are
see
not
them
afraid.
when they know what is right, what is happening is not right. I see
Good.
the men protecting the women on site,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
amazing to watch.
I have to agree. Yeah, I have to agree with that.
I mean, with our students, we always tell them, would you like if it was your sister, your mom?
Yeah.
I just go like right for the heart.
You do.
Like, I don't even play games with them. That's the grade of our school. We can just say it, I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
would you like if somebody spoke like that to your sister? No, then it's what? Why?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no excuse. It's 2026 and we're still having this conversation.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad I
100
asked
years
that,
later.
and y'all said that then. Okay. So this is a very important question, because we are very busy ladies, and we're always going. You're running a company, you're running nonprofits, you're doing so much. But as CEO and founder, what are some favorite ways to recharge after a long week on the job site or wherever? Because we have to have those other things that we do in our lives to recharge, to take better cares of ourselves, self-care, all of that.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I'm big on that too because I want to pass that to my students. I do, as far as self care, obviously, I take care of myself with supplements, vitamins, yoga. I work out. We have a gym at the school. But then when it comes to just clear my mind, I think sometimes the mind is the one muscle we need to work on it more than anything. I love to cook. I love entertaining. I have people over all the time. Brazilians were big on parties, so my house is like the neighborhood house party.
Fun house.
We love
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I just love it because I always feel like you gotta live on that moment too, and then just enjoy. And food always brings everybody around the table. And
Yeah.
food is love. Food is my love language.
Mhm.
So I cook for everybody, and I know everybody's happy, and that makes me happy. And sometimes a little short trips. If I have a chance to go to Omaha, Kansas, maybe I can come see you guys on one weekend.
Yay.
Yeah.
I love short trips because I feel it gives a break on the routine, and that gives your mind a break.
Yeah, that's a great
I
point.
love it. I love how you recharge.
Thanks.
That's awesome. Well, Perla, it's been awesome talking to you today. Again, just letting our audience hear more about what you're doing, all the wonderful things. Share with them how to get in touch with you.
Oh, yeah. If you just want to get in touch with me directly, Perlla Deluca on LinkedIn, or our school is the Iowa School of Construction.com, and the foundation is thepinkhardhat.org. So those are ways to reach us here. And, if our women wanting to enter in construction, reach out because we can definitely help you with, some of the challenges or some of the resources. The website has a lot of resources too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. You definitely, if you're not following Perla, you need
Right.
to.
Yeah, you definitely need to.
Thanks. I appreciate.
She's amazing in what she's doing, and if you ever need a speaker, she's amazing. We love being on stage with her. Her passion is very inspiring. Perla, your passion for training and safety is inspiring. You're taking it to the next level. Thank you for everything that you do to build up women in our industry, because you truly are building up women and men.
Yes.
Thanks for having
me.
We
love you.
I'm so
She's
grateful
building the
that we have
industry.
this relationship, this friendship, because like women like you guys and everything you do for women in construction, it's really pushing us on the right direction. And I really want to say that I appreciate.
We appreciate you. Excuse me, allergies today.
I know allergies.
Thank you again, Perla.
Thank you so much. Anytime you guys need anything, I'm here for you.
Us too.
Thank you. You guys have an amazing week.
You too.
Thank you.